Hey there everyone, welcome to the series Automate the Boring Stuff in Ansys Mechanical. In today's video, we will be looking at name selection worksheet. We have already seen name selection in the past, name selections. Today we will be seeing name selection worksheet specifically. So let's create a name selection and let me just show you what a worksheet is within the name selection. Let me create a name selection quickly. So it will be model.add name selection. It's a function. It's written a name selection, and then you will see this is ns. So ns dot name, let me just change it to make it more identifiable. So this will be like test name selection. So this is our name selection. From here I will change the scoping method to worksheet. So it will be ns dot scoping. It is geometry defined by dot worksheet, and you will see worksheet is not coming up. So to just refresh our model tree, I will type tree dot refresh. You will see this worksheet is come up. So this is where we are going to work. So what it is actually, it is a way to generate name selection. For example, suppose I select this face and create a name selection, it will create. But if I am trying to enter a criteria, for example, I want all the faces, I want the face which is farthest in y direction. So what I will do, I will right click on add. What is the entity I'm trying to add? I'm working on face. What is the criteria? Its location y should be farthest. So here location y operator will be largest, all others will is not applicable. So if I generate, you will see it has generated a name selection in y direction. It has created a name selection with a face along y direction which has the largest, I mean whose location y is largest. So this is the face. Suppose I want to select all the uh, flat faces whose, let me see what is the white location here. It is 13.38 mm, whose faces are greater than 13.38 mm. So what I will do is here, instead of this I will just type and it will be uh, planar faces. If I generate, you will see all faces are selected, not cylindrical, because here I have not chosen cylindrical. From here I will filter out. For example, add, I will click on filter face. What is the criteria? Criteria is location y. It should be greater than, it should be greater than or equal to 13.38. So if I click, you will see it has selected only two faces whose location about along the y-axis is greater than or equal to 13.38, and it should be a planar faces. Let's say I want to add a circular face as well. So here I will again click on add, then it will be type, uh, in type it will be equal to, then I have cylindrical. You will see it has added the cylindrical face as well. Actually this should be on the top, and then that filter should come up. So I just wanted to show you what it is. So here if I do ns.scoping method, you will see it's a worksheet. So to access this worksheet, we need to go and choose something called as ns dot generate criteria. So you will see it is a great property, and it's returning a name selection criteria. Remember, this is a criteria, not criterion. So this is a criteria, and if I click on enter, you will see it's returning it's returning a list of having three objects. These objects are name selection criterion. So this was a criteria, this is a criterion. You will see one, two, three criterion it is returning. So these are the three. Now remember, to add a criterion for a name selection, there are two ways. First, you create a name selection. From the name selection, get the name selection criteria. From there you create name selection criteria. So everything that you create is particularly for this name selection. The other way is create a independent object of type name selection criterion, and then add it to the name selection. We will see both the methods. So let's start with first method, in which we will create a name selection criterion from the name selection. So let me just remove all this. I will delete everything. and I will show you that it has no criterion, which is generate criteria. You will see the list is blank. Let's assign this criteria to something like name selection criteria. Okay, from here I will rerun that, and here I will type NSC, which is our name selection criteria. So right now name selection criteria is empty. Now we will add our first element, so it will be NSC dot add, and you will see it is asking that add a name selection criterion to a name selection criteria. So right now I have not created anything. As I told you, there are two ways we are looking at the first method. So here I have to type none, and then I will assign it to a name so that I can work with all the whatever properties I am using. So it will be NSC 0. So this is the first element. So indexing starts with 0. So I am just adding 0. So this I have added the first criteria. Now you are seeing nothing is added up here. Just do tree dot refresh. You can see the first criteria is added, which is NS0. So to access all the properties, it will be NSC0 dot action entity criteria operator, like that. So NSC0 dot okay. So it will be, wait, something is wrong. It should be NSC0. What it is? Oh, it's a none. So what happens is this is not returning anything. Let's see what it is returning. Like what we did, NSC dot add, and then none. Oh, it's returning none, guys. So this is void. So we cannot access directly from there. What we will do is, if I go to NSC, you will see several elements. So NSC 0 is equal to NSC first element. So we will access the first criterion. So now NSC 0 will be our criterion. So we are good with that. Now NSC 0 dot action. So first was action. What you see, it is add here. So if I want to change it something like, let's say, remove or filter, it will be and is equal to, it's a enum of type selection action type dot, then you have convert, filter, all this. So if I do filter, you will see it has not changed anything. So I will just refresh the window, and then you will see it has become filter. So filter, right now we will not add filter, we have to do add, as we saw before. It will be add. Let me rerun refresh, and we have add here. Let me clear it once again. So it will be NSC0 dot entity. This is entity type. So we have to do, what was that? It was a geo phase. You can see right now we are working on geo body entities. So we are not targeting any object or selection manager. We are targeting with geo bodies. We have already seen geo body with everything. So here I will make it geo body. Let me refresh it. So we have face, and then from again NSC0 dot, next is criteria will be selection criterion type enum, and then what I want is, I want what we had before criteria was location y, right? So I will just type location y. Let me not refresh again. Okay, I will do it. Then NSC 0 dot operator, we had largest, selection operator type dot largest, and if I rerun, you will see it has done. So now I have to generate it. So what you have to do, we are in criteria, so NSC dot gen, I think it's not here, generate is not here, ns dot generate, yeah, it's here. So it will be name selection dot generate, and you will see it has generated the correct phase. Now we remember we added something called as filter here. So right now filter makes no sense because we have already one phase. Let's re-edit this once again with this. So NSC 0 dot criteria was, what was that? All phases, right? Not phases, it was type. It was type, and from type operator we have NSC 0 dot operator. We have if you remember what we had, let me refresh it to see what are its actual properties. T dot refresh. So we had location, not location, we had something like type, right? I think it has not taken. So it is criteria is type. Let me refresh. Yeah, type. Then from operator, we had equal to nsc0 dot operator is equal to equal and then value. So value was plain. So it will be nsc0. It's already selected, but just to show you how it looks like, value is equal to value. It's a get and set property and value. So here it's not a enum. So let's see if it is taking plain or not. It's not taking plain. nsc0 dot value. Let's see what it is returning. It's returning 1. And if I select cylinder, let's see what it is returning. It's returning 2. So these are actually embedded into a number. So this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So if I do 7, then I believe it should be something 3 dot refresh. Yeah, it's coming. Last one. 7 is, I'm sorry, 7 is uh, 7 is for value. So you need to check what it is. For example, if it is let's check it out. If it is 1, it is plain. If it is cylinder, then it's 2. If it is cone, then it's 4. So you need to remember this. If it is torus, it's 6. If it is sphere, it's 7. So similarly you can look at this. So right now I will make it as 1, which is our required type. Yeah, it's correct. So no need to click do ns.generate, since we are going to filter it now. And it will be, now you have to add one more line. So what was the code? It was nsc dot add, and then here type is none. It added one more. It's not returning anything. To access nsc1, you have to do nsc of 1, because nsc has 2 criterion now. If you cannot see, just replay, refresh, you will see one more is added up here. It is nsc1. We have to make it action as filter, as we saw before. Then nsc1 dot entity is phase, geophase, and then operator we had less than, right? So nsc1 dot uh, no, type is not geophase. It was location Y. I don't know what is, why it's not coming. No, I'm sorry. So this is criteria. nsc1 dot criterion is equal to, here we had location Y, and then operator is less than 1. nsc1 dot operator is dot less than or equal to 13.38, right? And uh, then we had the value nsc1 dot value. It's an object, so it will be 13.38. It's unable to cast up to type quantity. Okay, so here we have to send quantity. It will be quantity 13.38 comma millimeter. Yeah, now let us do a refresh dot refresh. Yeah, then we are good to go. Let's generate it. It will be ns dot generate. It's a function, doesn't return anything. You can see all the faces along location y, whose location y is less than equal to, oh okay, so it should be greater than or equal to. So I will just replace this, and it will be greater than or equal to. Let me refresh, and then I will generate again. Now you can see those two faces are selected which we saw initially. So this all the name selection criterion that we created were already a part of name selection. Let's create a name selection criteria independently. So here I will type NSC2. 0 and 1 we already have. So I will make one more independent body of name selection. Here I have to type Ansys dot act dot mechanical dot automation. No, it's act dot automation dot mechanical, because to remember what you can do is just type nsc1. So this is what it is. So nsc2 is equal to ansys act automation mechanical name selection criteria, and here uh, you have to type a function. So let's check if nsc2 is coming correctly. Yes, we are good. And then nsc2 dot action, it will be type dot remove. I will just show you one property, rest and all you can see. So now nsc, if you remember, we had only two criteria. We have created a independent nsc2, but we have not yet added here. So what you have to do is nsc dot add. Previously we were doing none. Now we already have a criterion which is nsc2. So once you add that, you will see nsc2 is added. If you can, if it is not refreshed, just type tree dot refresh and you will see that remove is added. So we have seen two methods. First is we are creating name selection criterion which is already a part of name selection, and second method is we are creating an independent name selection criterion and then adding to the name selection using the same command. So one was with none, the other one is with a name selection criterion. So I think I have covered both the worksheets here. In previous video we have seen joints worksheet, bushing worksheet. Today we have seen name selection worksheet. If there is anything else in upcoming videos when the worksheet will be coming, I will create videos accordingly. And there is also a good news coming up, like we are going to upload all this data. For example, this data, whatever inputs you are giving, for example, what is the material Young's property, everything we are going to store it into a SQL server for our future usage. And sometimes to analyze, we will also download the design points from the SQL server. And we are also going to send an email from Ansys telling that okay, analysis has been completed or it is stuck or failure, to monitor when you are at home. For example, you are setting up an analysis at office and you are not taking the workstation with you, then you will access the mail in your mobile Outlook app telling that okay, analysis, what is the status of analysis, something like that. We will also check that. So that's all for today guys. See you soon in next video. Thank you.